If she was a part of my life now, I would just have to use her as best as I could. Maybe it was because she was gone now, or maybe it was because of the anxiety meds, but I calmed down enough to start thinking that way. Of course, who knew if I'd feel the same way the next time I saw her, face to face. God, that's such a long name. Let's see if we can... Nope, can't skip. Japanese Office of the Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization in Oahu City, Saitama. Maho Hyajo had tried her best to hold back a yawn, but in the end she'd given up and opened her mouth so wide it covered well over half her face. One reason was that she'd gotten caught up in talking to Kirisu last night and only ended the conversation after it was late into the night. At first they'd been discussing the research and experiments she'd been doing, but at some point she'd gotten sidetracked into talking about Rentaro Okabe. Evidently he'd been ignoring calls from Kirisu for the last few days. Kirisu was much madder at him than she was when he'd ignored her the first 8 times. It was the first time in femininity that she'd ever seen from Kirisu Makase. It was cute enough that Maho couldn't help but take the chance to get back at her for all the teasing she'd always did. She ended up staying up a lot later than she had intended. And since she was too energized to sleep by that point, she'd gotten out Kirisu's old laptop. She started to fiddle with it to see if there was some way to crack the password, and the next thing she knew, it was morning.
Password.
She suddenly heard a voice behind her and almost jumped out of her chair. He raised up his hands and showed her some plastic bags from a nearby convenience store. He left to go get lunch just 10 minutes ago, and she'd been sure he would be back for a while. He was right. Nutrition wasn't an important consideration for Maho. In fact, she ate mostly cereal and meal replacement snacks, which made her diet very unhealthy. It wouldn't bother her if Luskin found out, but for some reason she suddenly decided not to tell him. She stood up and headed for the door. Okabe had a laboratory in Akihabara. Kirisu had told her that last night. She said something about how he'd been avoiding it for a long time and only recently started going there again. Maholo was a little interested in it too. First Kirisu, now the professor. Why do they keep trying to make everything about romance? For one thing, she wasn't going to Okabe's lab just to visit him. She wanted to see him again and see if she could get any hints about the password. He said he didn't know, but he'd probably be able to come up with more than she could on her own. That was what she thought after seeing how he interacted with Amadeus. You could call it a woman's intuition. She was thinking about that when she changed trains and got off at Akihabara Station. She felt like someone was watching her and spun around. It was a weekday, but the station was crowded. She looked around at all the people, but none of them seemed to be paying her much attention. She whispered to no one in particular as she started to walk again. Kiriso had told her the location of the future gadget lab. She wasn't that familiar with the layout of Akihabara, but if she needed to, she could ask for directions. What if she came on in unannounced and Okabe wasn't there? That bothered her a little, but she decided she could just leave if that happened. Her eyes lingered on the junk parts lined up in the bins at the shops as she walked, when... she felt someone looking at her again. But when she turned around, she still didn't see anyone. She started walking again, then went around a corner into an alley. And then she was sure of it. Footsteps. She could hear them behind her. Of course, that was nothing special. She would often be out walking at night and hear footsteps behind her. She speed up her pace, only to see an irritated man walk past a moment later. But this time, for some reason, she was sure it wasn't that. She decided to try walking faster and found the footsteps went faster too. When she went slower, so did they. Whenever she saw a scene like this in a movie, she imagined that she would just kick the guy in the face. Now that was actually happening, she was too scared to turn around. She fumbled for the phone in her pocket. The idea of calling the police never occurred to her. The only thing she thought of was the name of the man she was trying to meet. She picked it out of her call history and pressed the button with her trembling fingers. With her weird phone. The footsteps overlapped with the sound of the ringing. Footsteps were almost on top of her. Just when she couldn't take it anymore, it was about to start running. She heard a voice coming from the other side of the phone. But she didn't get to say another word. By the time she realized that someone had grabbed her from behind, the phone had already slipped from her hands. That's bad. I asked Moeke Kiryu as I took the paper she offered me silently. She'd contacted Daru just 10 minutes ago and told him she was on her way to the lab. And she'd arrived at the time she said she would. She must have been very close when she contacted him. What was she going to do if no one was here? Evidently, it was a report about her investigation thus far. The stack of papers was shaking a little in my hands. I still felt some unease when Moeka was in my presence. It was just because of the anxiety meds I'd taken right after she'd said she was coming, but I was still doing a lot better than yesterday. She must have been expecting something, at least a little. There was an obvious tone of disappointment in her voice. With no way to answer her, I just silently flipped through the pages of her report. I handed the report over to Suzuha without complaint. I pointed to the part that interested me with my finger. Which meant... My phone started ringing before I could finish the thought. The caller was Maho Hyajo. This was an important discussion. I just had to call her back in 5 minutes. She forgave me for that much, I was sure. Well, I mean, we already answered the call. Normally I just ignore and call her back later, but... for some reason I had to answer. That's what it felt like. She sounded on the verge of panic, and my voice naturally rose to match hers.
どうしたヒアジョウさん。
今あなたのラボのすぐ近くまで。
Immediately afterwards, I heard what sounded like a struggle and then something hitting something else.
ヒアジョウさんヒアジョウさんどうした
And then there was only silence.
オカリン何かあったん
From the tone of her voice, it was obvious something bad had happened.
知り合いが誰かに襲われてる。
マジ知り合いって誰
But I didn't say to answer his question. I grabbed the nearest thing that could serve as a weapon and ran out of the lab. She said she was close to the lab. If she was coming from the station, and had chosen a route that not many people would go down, she was probably the alley directly in front of the lab. I saw someone there. They were tall and slender, and I could see a tiny silhouette struggling behind them. That was... I knew it. The only girl I knew that size was Maho. Someone had grabbed her and she was trying desperately to escape. The person who was holding her turned in surprise at my voice. It was only then that I realized it was a woman and that she wasn't Japanese. Did she not understand me? No, but she should have been able to guess what I was getting at. I tried to strike a threatening pose with the weapon in my hand. I finally realized that what I brought was the Siloom saber. Still, it would serve as a bluff. It wasn't? It wasn't like what? Oh, it's this girl. The woman let go of Maho and smiled. She walked towards me with her arms open wide.
Maho's boyfriend?
Before I could ask what was going on, she'd wrapped her hands around my back and given me a firm hug. I had no idea what the hell was going on, but the two soft objects pressed into my chest kept me from moving.
それじゃあこの人はヒアジョウさんの知り合いなのか。
ごめんなさい。私が早とちりしたせいで。
I'm Judy. Judy Reyes. Pleasure meeting you, Mr. Okabe.
The woman named Judy Reyes offered me her hand, her broad smile like the sun itself.
Nice to meet you.
日本語でいいわよ。
教授って日本語喋れたんですか？
ええ、実はね。
知らなかった。でもどうして？
女も私くらいの年になるといろいろあるのよ。
Her mischievous wink looked pretty good on her.
それじゃあ改めて。ジュディレイエスよ。よろしくね。
I returned her handshake.
岡部倫太郎です。
レイエス教授は今度日本で開かれる AI 関係の学会に出席するために来日したんですって。
教授っていうことはビクトル・コンドリア大学の
サイコフィシオロジーを研究してるわ。
サイコフィ
精神生理学のことよ。つまり脳の活動によってもたらされる心の働きとか心の病気なんかについての研究をされているの。